hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the time both time. Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you've booted up the game. A lot of people don't take that step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 o'clock and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know when people care about this experience. You're paying attention. I don't even know. I don't even have any way of knowing if your times setting are correct. Tell me what, I'll make you a deal.
Stanley sounds like a 60-year-old.
Since you've been so cooperative, next time you bait out the game on, say, that screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. My favorite time. Easy, 3:05. It's when I'm just done. Done with everything. Or either that or like 3 a.m. because it's when I'm sleeping.
List.
Time deal.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427, and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. In all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I feel like the lore is, it's just,
all of his
he came to work
gone.
on a Saturday.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, there's a thing
When Stanley
I wanna
came to a set
try.
of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh wait, by the way, it's my
Feeling a
game
wave of disbelief,
combusting
Stanley decided to
again.
go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Is it just like ungodly laggy? Is it lagging? Honestly, it does seem that way, but it's so much fun.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
No, I love this broom closet. My favorite closet.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing...
I hate this broom closet.
What? I love this broom closet. This is my favorite broom closet.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Worst broom closet ever.
How dare you? Just
You
look at
do
this
realize
duct
there's no
tape.
choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of
wanna touch that
absolutely
light
no
bulb.
significance to the story
You can't
whatsoever.
jump.
I never would have
No,
thought
seriously,
to
they
mention it.
disabled it.
maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite."
It was.
I hope your friends find this concerning.
They do find this very concerning, and I'm sure he will say that any second now.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Oh my god.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet,
Wait, what?
explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous
That escalated quickly.
Well, in a situation
What
like
can I
this,
say? Just
the
love this broom
responsible thing is to
closet.
alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
You spin me
Hello?
right
Anyone
round,
who
baby,
happens
right
to be nearby?
round.
The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in with a history of narrative tropes
Oh my god,
in
this
video
is funny.
gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right.
I was just trying to trash talk this broom closet and he's just like also Stanley is addicted to drugs.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you. You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire...
Bro, this narrator is roasting you. You gonna take that?
No, I'm not gonna take that.
The
I'm gonna
fish,
go back in the
fungus.
closet.
Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I'm walking upstairs to my boss's office.
Stepping into his manager's office,
Broom closet stream would be fire.
not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number.
Just gonna mash buttons.
2845.
I don't want to put in
But of
2845. I
course,
don't
Stanley
want
couldn't
to.
possibly have
I want
known
to put
this.
in these buttons. I want to put them in. I want to put them in. I love buttons. Four.
Stanley just sat around
4,
twiddling his thumbs. Trying to
6.
input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
2, 8, 4. 4.
2845.
2, 8, 4. 4. 1, 2.
Forgot, but it turns out that the
Putting in 2020 will give you COVID.
and the door just opened all by itself, and Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
He was just so tired of it. He's like, alright, get the hell in here. I'm not doing this with you. I'm gonna go into the void real quick. You're not going back in the void. I don't want to go in the void. Please. This kind of reminds me of my house.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I've been there, accurate.
This is just walking through my
Stanley
hallway.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control
Escape.
Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Violent death. I love violent death.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I made that mistake
At this
before,
point,
but you're trying
Stanley
to
was
lead me
making
away.
a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Oh. Where am I?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story.
What's going on?
Trapped forever in his narrow vision,
I can praise Stanley.
perhaps his death was of no great loss, like
I'm
plucking
a
the
colonel.
eyeballs from a blind
Save me.
man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent
No.
end to his brief and
Asterisk Perry.
farewell, Stanley.
I don't want to die. Please. Please, I want more drugs and hookers. Did I say the magic
Stanley,
word?
cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws.
The hell?
In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Huh? Oh.
Oh hey, actual people.
What's this? The Stanley
And yet it
Parable.
would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
What?
When every path you can walk has
What
been
the-
created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see? now?
Stanley's
Do
computer.
you see that
Oh
Stanley?
god, there's more British people.
The moment he hit
Ugh, I hate British people. Can't stand them. Wait, what do you mean you can parry Stanley Parable? What does that mean? Corridor. Ew, that's the British way of saying hallway. The two dolls. What are these? Nature paintings. I've seen this one. I've seen this one. I haven't seen that one. I've seen that one. Not that one. I've seen that one. Oh, I've seen that one. Ah. What are these? The Office. Button sounds. I love button sounds. Oh, yeah, the button sounds. What's this? Office computers. And filing cabinets. I'm not reading the freaking credits. I can look at everything in this room, but I'm not looking at credits. Office clock. Okay. What is this?
Trying to solve it. Here, we're getting right back on track to where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you? Shoot. Well, try the other one then.
Huh. The lounge. Because I don't even still in the stream. Okay. Let's keep on going. Freedom ending. Freedom ending. Countdown desktop. What the hell was that? Oh no, that was weird. Oh, come on, I want to freaking press the button. I'm gonna press that button. Oh. Okay, I don't think it does anything. Countdown room. Huh? What's the countdown room? I don't know. Oh, what's this?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Man, shut your bit.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game.
No.
As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path.
I refuse. So I turn off my PlayStation, I stop the stream.
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Well, I'm dead. Also, why did the voice change?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a
there's
set
still
of
some
two
other
open doors, this
things
was not the correct
this
way to
way
the
I
meeting room,
haven't done.
and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
This I haven't done. I haven't gone this
And
way.
so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking?
Friggin'
It's clearly...
British people.
Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Yeah, okay. I'm definitely gonna go down here. Oh.
No,
here.
no. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
What, do I just pretend like I haven't seen
All
it
of his
before?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait, what? No, No, I restarted. I swear I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, shoot. This is hard, because now there's like a whole new... Let's go this way. Oh, wait, what in the hell? Everyone knows what you did. They're just holding back to let you torture yourself. Oh. Okay. Oh, man.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Well,
all of his co-workers were gone.
this is
What
going
could
to
it mean?
keep getting more and more
Stanley
screwed
decided
up.
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. Okay,
the-
it just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay, let's go back. It's coffee.
Aha! I
Huh?
knew we'd missed something.
What the?
The story. Here it comes.
What's going on over
No, wait,
here?
never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
This is so confusing. And what in the... Oh.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations!
Yay!
I know you put in a lot of
Yay!
hard
I
work, and it really
won!
paid off. So,
I did.
good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Yes, I
Some
did.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart. All right, I've got a solution. This
What
time,
the-
to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Huh. Neato. Is the line supposed to be going this way?
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny.
To
Now, here's a
destiny.
thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective
Unless it's a
experience
wall run
of
on
that
this or something?
existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of
What
this
in the-
office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh God, no! What in the? Anyone joining is probably confused.
This is fire.
I know, right? I'm just following the adventure line. This is so loud.
Wait, cut
I
the
don't know
music.
how loud I'm
Go back
talking.
and look at that fern.
What fern?
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and
okay.
remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I'm gonna stare that fern down. Do I have to keep staring at the fern? Come on, go back to the adventure line
Wait,
music.
what? We're back at the office?
Pretty cool fern.
Yeah, that fern was amazing,
Line,
bro.
you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
This way.
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
You better not get rid of the Stanley Parable adventure line. Yes, you cut the line. I love the adventure line.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Alright.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Drugs and
Whatever it might be,
hookers.
Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
I'm not acknowledging the line. I refuse to acknowledge the line. I will not do it. The line.
Ah,
Oh.
good choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay,
Sure.
so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting...
The back rooms but fun.
Yep.
The right
What
door
up, Regal?
leads us to where
Like
we're
the
going.
stream.
Since
I
the
hope you
answer is
enjoy this.
clearly
We're doing the
yes,
Stanley
then by
Parable
all
today.
accounts, the door on the right is the correct one.
Just so
Another
you know, I've
victory
never
for
played
logic.
this before, so
Comes-
the confusion
Oh,
ending.
what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget?
Wait,
My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this
kind of
thing
bookstore. Wait,
wall.
there is no longer an
Well,
offer. Simply
who
black
consulted
space.
me?
Wander off in the black.
Why don't I get
Find
to
a
decide?
bookstore. Give Morgan
Why don't
lead.
I
Narrator
get a
restarts
say
the
in
game.
all of
8
this?
to restart.
Is
The
it
narrator
really-
is gone after a long time. Stanley
No, it can't
dies.
be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be
What
trapped
in
like
the
this.
heck?
I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it.
Alright.
And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Are we just trapped
So-
here?
Okay. I
In
guess-
making weird ass weapons info 4.
I suppose in some way that this is a
Oh,
kind
what
of
weapons
story,
have you
wouldn't
been
agree?
making this
I'm
time?
not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
What the hell was that? Oh. Back here.
All of his co-workers were gone.
I
What could it
think
mean? Stanley
we're
decided to
back
go
to-
to...
Delayed, but I fucking hate lines, dude.
This the good old adventure line. I want the adventure line back. I missed the line. And
Created a weapon that deals 150k damage.
okay, real quick before this whole new content thing, did you do that with or without mods? And let's go in here.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
Huh. Well, let's go figure out what this new content is, shall we? Let's go figure this out, guys. Let's go check this out.
Hello, and thank you for
Oh.
playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. As you may know, the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving
Hey,
critical,
deck how it works, but it does.
it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable
That
Ultra
is
Deluxe, a reimagined
Works.
video game for consoles and home computers.
Strange.
They
I don't-
changed nationalities.
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
Why is he English now?
Please,
Or is
step
this
inside
a
and
different
see
guy?
what thrilling new adventures await in the Stanley
Not, I
Parable
mean, no, English and
Ultra
British are the same
Deluxe.
thing. He's
Oh,
American.
well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
I want to see the Ultra Deluxe content.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Is it gonna move?
Is it broken? What's going on here? Should we...
I want to. You know what? I need the. I have to. I'm just so stupid.
Should
I
we be
can't.
moving somewhere?
need the-
Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it. I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
I'm so excited for this new content. Oh my god, I'm so excited. What in the hell is that?
All
The
right.
jump
All right,
circle.
let's see. It's the jump circle.
Is it really any button? Okay, it's just like the square buttons.
Your name is Stanley now.
Oh my god, I love this. Oh my god, yes. If you jump, they're so powerful.
I have yet to have been successful at making the rocket launching shotgun.
Oh my god, a rocket launch. Oh my god, yes. I am waiting for the rocket launcher shotgun. That is what I'm waiting for. Once you created that's enough to live for it. Okay, well, I guess I can't jump anymore. Fucking jump circle.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right? Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new
WDLC.
That was amazing. I loved that DLC.
You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh wait, there's more. Very good. Yes.
Hooray, more new
I
content.
knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
What the fuck?
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap
I can't wait to enjoy the meta commentary on capitalism for the rest of this DLC.
Yeah, that probably
gone
will
into it.
be
In
a
fact,
thing.
I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people
Wait, is
on
that an
Twitter
actual trophy?
and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation
Oh my
around
God,
the new
that's
content,
actually
I'm
a trophy.
afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just
Wait, the
reset
people
the game,
have the trophy?
and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
Okay, Mr. Narrator. I guess. What the... This is new.
Dear God, we're getting meta commentary on social media too.
I want to show you something.
Wait. Should I go in the vent or should I go up here? Oh, I don't know. Let's...
You don't want to see the cool surprise I made for you? Well, fine. You're a dork anyway, so who cares?
Wait, well, is this just...
When Stanley came
No,
to
I
a set
want to
of
go back, I
two
want
of
to go
them-
back. Hold up. No. Okay, I said do want to go back. That was a stupid decision. Okay, good.
Psst. Stanley, come over here. In the vent. I want to show you something.
What's this? Coffee nut and a screwdriver. Oh. What's this?
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past, and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special,
Ooh.
and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Oh,
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013 when the game originally launched?
I like
Back then,
PlayStation.
video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Huh, okay, so we got the reverse dollar or something, and it's like a trip down memory lane. Unachievable. It is impossible to get this achievement. Go outside, don't play... Yeah, isn't that an actual achievement? Like, don't play the game for, like, 5 years? No, now it's... Yeah, how do you even do that? Okay, I have a way to get that, and I think I'm just gonna, like, set... Like... I'm gonna like play this, like gonna set my like time to 10 years ago, play it, and then set it to now. And it's gonna be like, yeah, you did it. New video game releasing today. Creators surprisingly down to earth. Reuters goes from scandal to new crisis. This is the New York Times. Los Angeles Times. What? What the hell? What's this?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was Skyrim. It was Persona 3. It was all of them. And now
Nothing's better than
it's
Skyrim.
nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
I love the elevator content. Memory zone maintenance. I want to go in there.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games, and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
Time to move on. Repeatable carpet textures. Can't go in there. Oh, keep this way.
These were simpler times, Stanley. What I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here? Oh no, oh God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny!
Why did he say it like that?
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Okay, go. Is it normal?
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. Well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Dear, what an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Who's this?
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt.
A skip button.
Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
The customer's always right. Just walks on a board of wood. No! Well, it's just an abyss out here, okay. Well.
And here it is. Go ahead and give it a shot. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. I can't wait to see what Cookie 9 will say about this, and whether they'll edit the rating. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer.
Where'd the door go?
That last one was, well... I want to say maybe
Creatures
30,
steal these kind of reminds me of your bedroom.
Unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about. I know, it's shocking, isn't it? But at any rate, I do suggest that we... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer, and my God, there's no way out of the room. Stanley, the door is gone. It's completely gone. I've looked at it from every angle. I've checked every one of those walls 1,000 times. And there's no door, Stanley. There's no door. There's just... Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again.
What did I miss?
Stanley, I think...
Keep pressing the button.
I'm scared to press the button again.
All that time, just sitting here, not a single person to speak with. And you'd think that that's... Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret.
Narrator. What is this? This is so creepy. Oh my God, I don't like horror games.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough.
Nah, just keep going.
Yeah, I'll get me out of here. What?
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end. End is never the end.
No, I'm not doing that. Regal, I'm guessing you've played this before? I'm gonna piss myself. I like horror games and oh, what the hell? my god, sunlight. Yes.
Keep on going.
This is nice. Oh. This is no longer nice. This is no longer nice. Oh my god. Ooh. What the hell? Is the button broken?
This is probably the creepiest part of the game.
I'm glad, because I don't want to have to go through another thing like this. What? Oh, how long was I out? Where am I going?
Keep skipping.
Oh wait, do I skip again? Oh. I'm back here.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The new content. We unplug that. Oh.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
To the new content.
You see, Stanley, I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever, the Stanley Parable 2.
The Stanley Parable 2?
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly port with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions. This is what fans have truly been asking for. Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier than
The sequel to the Ultimate Walking Sim.
What does it even mean? But the
I love
Stanley
walking
Parable 2,
simulators.
now that's an artistic statement right there. It's future-oriented. It screams progress and innovation and long-term franchising potential.
Okay.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really. Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
The button that says the name of the player that is playing the game.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Jim.
Wait,
Sorry,
what?
I should have clarified.
How does it actually
now,
know my name?
The button only
Okay,
says the
my
name
name's not
Jim.
Jim.
But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is. Here, let's have you role-play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I just don't like it in dialogue. I don't think so.
Jim.
Oh.
Yes! You see? What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you. Do it again, do it again. It hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Sometimes a person can be too much Jim. I'm putting the Jim button away. Otherwise soon you'll start to lose all sense of who you actually are.
No. No. Bring it back, the Jim button. No. If only I had the Jim button. What's in here?
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable 2. An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Infinite hole. A bucket. Wait. Settings world champion. I'm gonna go in the settings world champion, but I really want the bucket. I don't get to the bucket. The jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle? Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
Why can't we have more jumps? Lower level. Free trophy. Huh. Infinite hole. Wait, hold on. I want to quickly get this free, easy new trophy. Free trophy.
Now, here's something special. You remember that broken test trophy that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the trophy. Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the trophy will... Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the trophy is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
I like clicking.
What else? What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
What's this? There's a weird big Stanley. Can you find them? And what? Collect them all.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
Oh.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
What is this? Okay, let me just, I got one. He looks so sad.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
What? Wait. What is this? The infinite hole? No screenshots.
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration, like balloons. But I'm
Taking
undecided on
screenshots.
Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Get well someday.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday, step-niece, it is.
Oh, okay.
Or
Screenshot.
actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision, we're moving on.
To the infinite hole. Is this actually an infinite hole?
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see, isn't it wonderful? One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then, since you've gotten to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I want to keep falling.
Now, I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of things.
How far does this hole go down? Is it... This can't actually be infinite, can it?
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole. Is it a very, very deep hole? To be certain it is. It's an extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to say that it isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is. Is it infinite? Well, that sort of depends on your definition of infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What normal person actually wants to fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem. Look, things got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this behind us and agree to just call the hole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
Don't want to stay in the hole.
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you. Oh, for heaven. You see, I was right. The problem is you. The problem is that you like holes too much. Not normal. A normal person would have said, yep, that's an infinite hole right there. Goes on forever till the end of time. Don't need to see it all, but not you. Oh, no, 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 no. You have a weird sort of... Oh. Did the hole seem even shorter to you this time? I couldn't help but feel like you spent a little less time in there than you did before. I mean, admittedly, I didn't make an infinite hole, but I didn't think it was that not infinite. Well, I suppose once again there's nothing to do here. If you decide you've had enough of the hole, you can hit the teleport button and come join me up above. Had enough? I'm positively thrilled.
Back into the hole.
I really do have so... Gosh, how could I have guessed? You're back in the hole. If this starts to become a thing where... Wow. Okay. Yes. I'm starting to become extremely certain that the hole is not only not infinite, but that it's growing steadily less and less infinite. I suspect that I'm starting to hit the point where it's no longer feasible to call the hole infinitely deep, even by the lax overall standards for accountability and marketing. What's going on here? Stanley, I have no explanation for the uncertain nature of the hole's length. Here, let's try something. Let's pop back up to the top, and we'll see if it gets any shorter. Well, there it is. The shame of my lie has come to haunt me. Not only is the hole not infinite, but it's barely even a hole at this point. How is this still appealing to you? I know you're obsessed with holes, but at this depth, I just can't see this scratching the itch. Oh, who am I to judge? You just do whatever it is you're here to do and hit the teleport button when you're ready to move on.
I'll just stay in the hole.
Is the, teleport button not working?
Can't teleport.
You sure? Well, I mean, I really don't have an explanation. It was working just a moment ago. Try it again. Still nothing? Well, I suppose there is one thing I can do to fix this. I'm out. Goodbye, Stanley. You couldn't bear to be away from the hole, and now you'll get more time with it than you could ever have asked for. It's a win for everyone. You get to be with the hole, I get to do literally anything else. Take care, Stanley.
No.
I hope you and the hole have a wonderful rest of eternity together.
What do I do now? Oh. What's going on? I'm moving. Oh. The hole. What beautiful hole. This hole. What is this? Oh my god, what the heck? What is this? What is going on? What is this? What the? Is that? Why does that look familiar? Okay. Oh my god, what is this?
Stanley? 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 Oh good, you're awake. It seems you had sort of dozed off there, drifting away into dreamland.
Oh man!
Because this hole is just so darn fascinating that I want you to be wide awake for every second of it. You don't want to miss a single moment. So how about if I just pop in from time to time and wake you up to keep you really truly focused on the hole? From the looks of things, you and I will have many, many years here in this hole, and I'm looking forward to all of them. Stay alert, Stanley. I'll be back. Toodle-pip.
Oh my god, not this again. Okay, thank god. Do I get to leave the hole? Oh, thank god. Okay.
Here we are. Go on. Try out some of the new features.
Thank god. Reassurance bucket.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well, I'm happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your heart. It's true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and
Give me the bucket.
even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes,
Give me my bucket.
the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on, give it a try.
Yes. Oh.
Can you
back.
feel it? The glow
Hooray,
of
you're
comfort,
back.
even
I
in
found
the
a
face of
bucket.
crushing despair,
I also
must
fell into
already
like
be
an
sweeping through your
infinite
body.
hole for
And in
like
fact,
20
can I
minutes.
say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I think that just holding it has made you the slightest bit more attractive as a person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on and on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
DA
Taking the
bucket.
bucket. I'm taking the bucket with me. It's my bucket.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That
Where's
really
the bucket?
should be an award if it isn't already.
Merch. I saw the new content. Two lines. Let's see what else is there. I did the button that says gym. The gym button. That exit. Well, I think I've seen everything.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
What's this? It's a bag.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video game, but I can feel it in my soul. It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
What the hell?
Well, I mean, there's potential here, right? It's sort of... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me do a different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Oh my god, it's so much fun.
Who am I kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add
The
up to
Schmeckwool.
it. I wanted
love
more
this
than
sequel.
anything to create a sequel
is
that
amazing.
would capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait,
I'm like
maybe
dying
that's
from
it.
tiredness,
I can take
but
the
I like
original
want to
Stanley
finish.
Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could, but it would need a
I'm gonna
really tremendous
wait till it
title screen.
resets
A
again,
title
but I'm
screen
probably
that
gonna
says
stop
with
the stream
bold
because
and
I've been streaming for
uncompromising conviction,
the
this
streams.
is the
I don't
Stanley
know, a long
Parable
time.
2. Let me see if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
Okay, this is probably a good place to end the game. I will stop for now. I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.